Hey everybody, it's G-Bub here. How y'all doing? As y'all see, there's a new event going on. This is Hauling Hope. It's a celebration of all those truckers out there who are hauling around all the COVID-19 vaccines and doing all the other kind of stuff to keep the world going while this whole pandemic thing's going on. So as you see here, progress 0 of 7. This started 2 days ago. It is currently Sunday, and I guess it started Thursday, so it started about 3 days ago, but I was working. Using external contracts with the World of Trucks Connect profile, Euro Truck Simulator 2, American Truck Simulator, or both, your personal goal is to complete at least 7 undamaged deliveries of COVID-19 vaccine cargo against any trucking territories. To be able to see and carry this cargo, you must have a fragile cargo skill of at least 1. And you will get if you do your 7 deliveries, you'll get a World of Trucks achievement and a Hope Truck Insignia cabin item to hang in your truck. And we got about 2 weeks because it's going to finish up on the 7th of February here. So let's go ahead and let's browse those contracts. Let's see what it is we're going to be looking at here. Now, when we left off, we were over here in Astoria, Washington. Now, this is going to be kind of a jump ahead. I'm doing this in semi-sort of real time. Back in my regular stuff, I'm still working on cruising Idaho. But since I've cruised Idaho, I finished the Genoa Bridge, and I've cruised Colorado. So, we're jumping forward a little bit. We're still going to do those, but we want to knock this one out of the way. So, we're here just outside of Astoria, Washington. And we are looking for... Oh, we cruised Idaho, we cruised Colorado, and we did Christmas. We did the Christmas cruise too, the Christmas deliveries. That's why we're way over here in Astoria. So yeah, let's look and see if we can find any of those vaccines that they're talking about here. Any of them coming out of Astoria. We might have to look around for some. There we go, COVID-19 vaccine, Astoria to Nampa. That's one. I'm glad it's got no 22 hours, too. Woo! And there's one going to Pocatello. Yeah, they're just going to keep getting longer here. So let's go back to the one going from Astoria to Nampa. There we go. And that's when we're going to check. It'll be 40,500 pounds. It's going to pay us almost $35,000, and as you see, it will be a fragile cargo. That means you cannot get 1%, you can't even get 1% damage on this truck. It has to be delivered totally good. All right, and we got 22 hours, so this is going to be a challenge. You know how we drive, so it's going to be a challenge making sure we don't bang up that truck. So I'm going to click begin delivery, and then while that's doing that, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get my coffee in already. So I will see y'all again in just a couple minutes. Excuse me. Alrighty, we're parked here tonight. I'm going to set this on. Let's see, yep. And F6, where are we at? We've got about 8 hours and 22 minutes before we need to sleep. So let's go F5. There we go. All right, so we're going to have to leave the Walberts here and get back outside and go pick up our load. And I will see y'all after I grab my coffee. All righty, we're back. Let's set this up. We got 5 miles to go to get to where we need to be.
Calculating route. Please proceed to highlighted route.
That's to pick up the trailer. Let's get this thing in drive and let's get on down the road here. Whoop. Forgotten we backed this thing in all cattywampers. Y'all didn't see that backing job yet. But yeah, we backed this thing in here all cattywampers like. It was a heck of a parking. You can tell by those trailers I had to get around. You see them sitting there. So my wheel was still cocked at a weird angle there. Alrighty, tell you what, let's make sure our lights are on. They are. And let's travel down here to the 5 miles we need to go to pick up this load. We also, while we're doing this, We need to pick up, I wish I had those buttons on my real steering wheel sitting in front of me here to answer the phone, hang up the phone, and run my music, turn up my music and everything like what you see down there. That hands-free system they got. Alrighty, now we're gonna cut across here. Now where do I get out of here? I think I go up this way. I'm not really sure. I don't remember how I pulled into this place. I think I came down, yeah, I think I came down by this red curb here. Or was the deliveries over there? I can't remember. It's been a week since I was doing any of that. Yeah, we wouldn't have got through there because look at all them boxers. I bet that's one hell of a place to try and get out of, though. Get into and out of. Yep, delivery only. This is the way we came, although all those other trucks are sitting over there right beside us, saying that this looks like it ought to be a one-way. All right, let's get out on the road. Ain't nothing coming that way. Looks like we're clear sailing both directions. Yeah, y'all ain't seen none of this part yet. We all up here in Washington, over there on the coast. And y'all notice the cabin, inside the cabin changed a little bit.
Turn left. Turn left.
Because SES finally got around to making all those connections inside the cabin like what you have on over there on the Euro side. That was interesting. They got some really funky looking police cars up this way. So yeah, they finally got around to making those interior cabin connections. The places where you can put your coffee cups and all that kind of stuff, they're official here now. They're not having to use a mod to do them. But the ones that they got set up are a little bit different than the ones that were in that mod. So I don't have my second breakfast coffee cup up here anymore. I think it still exists, but I'd have to move it to a different location. So we just hadn't gotten around to doing that yet. However, I have got to go and hit, since I've got to take a nap and I've got to get some fuel. I'm thinking about going ahead and hitting one of the service stations. I need to change my paint job. I got my Christmas paint job on here, and that was for the whole Christmas trucking event too. Or I put a Christmas paint job on, so I need to change that. So yeah, we'll probably be hitting a service station on the way as soon as we find one. Now let's see, are we gonna go straight through on this roundabout here? Yep, looks like we're gonna go straight through. Let's come on in. Let's pull on out.
Exit ahead.
Then we need to move to the left.
Keep
Hello,
left.
brother.
Then
Brother.
turn left.
Brother driver back there. We need to be over here in your lane if you don't mind.
Turn
We have a pickup to do down here. Let's cut on across in front of these brother truckers.
In
We just-
200 yards. Turn left.
We just cutting in front of
Turn
everybody.
left.
That is not giving me high hopes for us being able to haul this cargo here and
You have arrived.
get it to where we need to get it undamaged. All right, should be on the other side of this sale goods trailer down here. And we'll take a look at it. Once we get it hooked up, I'm glad to see they put it in a reefer Good to know that it's a reefer. Because, yeah, these things have to be kept cold. At our hospital, they got one of them, what they call ultra-cold freezers down there in the pharmacy. And you have to be trained and everything else to touch that freezer, because it sits there and it burns at minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Which I'll throw up. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but yeah, it's cold, cold, cold. That vaccine has to be kept cold. And it can only be out of the freezer for like 2 hours before they're all ruined. That's why you see that nut job.
Route.
Why you see that nut job?
Please proceed to highlighted route.
Let's see if it hooks the Susies up there. Yep, it jumped right on in there, didn't it? All right, let's come out here and let's take a look. Hauling Hope. Indeed. Nice. So we got a big old load of COVID vaccine there. And let's say that's probably an awful lot of COVID vaccine. Let's say we're hauling a bunch of those special freezers in this thing too. And anyway, we got to make sure that we got no damage on this trailer. Let's go on out. Let's take a look at the world map. And let's see where we're going to go. All right, we're going to go all the way down through that way, aren't we? It looks like I can't tell if looks like we came up and went through Vancouver and Longview to get over here. So maybe we're going to take this one down through here over that way. I can't tell if we've been that way or not. But it's going to be a lot of driving through stuff we already done. I see some question marks, but we ain't going to pick them up while we hauling this cargo. Now, I'm thinking we might can hit this place, and then we need to hit that place, because we probably need to fuel up. Let's see how it goes. We'll get out here and see if we can get some sleep.
Route.
Now, first,
please proceed to highlighted route.
Let's take a sip of coffee. So yeah, so you see my cabin here. I've got some sticks of gum down there. I still got my bedroll. I got my Rand McNally map over there, and still got my little truck on the dashboard. But yeah, got rid of my coffee cup that was sitting there in the little ashtray thingy. So I've got a coffee cup sitting down there, like a mean bean or something, sitting down there in the actual cup holder now. Okay, let's get on out of here. Straighten out our steering wheel. Straighten out our steering wheel. Make sure we ain't gonna drag this trailer here by anything. And let's get the Hauling Hope event going. Said I think SCS Software, they've had some let's say some controversy because of their webpage and their Twitter when they announced this and all. It's because they're a bunch of Czechs, and you know their grasp of English might not be the best. It'd be like if I spoke Czechoslovakian, if I spoke Czech, you know, unless I was just an absolute fluent native in it. You know, being that I'm not even a great fluent native of English, you know, my grasp of idiom and all that would not be the best in the world. And my grasp of, you know, how to exactly to say things. So it's a situation where they were trying to say stuff. Basically, they were trying to.
200 yards. Turn left. Turn left.
They were trying to make it so that it wasn't a political type thing. By saying, you know, whatever your beliefs on vaccines are, etc. But it came across as giving support to anti-vaxxers and that kind of stuff, the way they said it. And it just caused a bunch of controversy. So they've had some unfortunate and unintended controversy from that. That's not what they meant. All right, we're clear there. Remember, we got to make this sucker we got to bring this sucker in with no damage. So we got to see how we going to pull into this Is it right up here to go into the rest stop? That's kind of what it's looking like. It looks like there's a rest stop right here. Let's pull on, see if we can pull on into it. Because as they say, as we like to say, we can make the nighttime go away. It's 1:30 in the morning. We can find a place to spark. Oh yeah, there we go.
Calculating route.
We're going to pull on up here and we'll make this drive in the daytime. And then we'll get fueled up. Once again, I'm sure that if we were in a situation where if we were in a situation where hauling hope, or if this was real life, if this was a regular internal trucking, you'd have X amount of hours to get there. We'd have a time limit other than that, almost 23 hours of real time they're doing. But that's what I like about the whole trucking thing, the whole world of trucks thing. Is they definitely suit it to match. Definitely suit things to match, those of us who have real life obligations and stuff like that. Now, let's pull her on out. Let's get out of this little rest stop. Make sure we're not going to drag that trailer by anything. And let's get on out. We're going to hang a left again. Then we're going to be hanging a left again to get some fuel. Look at that bridge up there. That's quite the bridge. Alright, nothing coming. And it looks like we can be over here in the right-hand lane. Oh, I wish we could get up there. Can we get up? It looks like we can get up on that bridge. We just... of course we did. Quit sightseeing, G-Bub. Quit sightseeing, keep your mind on the task. Yeah, see, we can get up on that bridge. We're definitely going to make a trip up onto that bridge someday. That one's awesome. In the meantime, let's get our mind back on the task here. We got some serious cargo to deliver. And we need to quit lollygagging and rubbernecking around, Because this is one hell of a long trip. How long is this trip? We got 489 miles. So I bet this is going to take the better part. It says it's going to take almost 9 hours in game time. I bet it takes us almost an hour or so in real life time, maybe an hour and a half. And we need to, we got to do it without any damage on the trailer. The last thing in the world we want to do is get right there in the parking lot and damage the trailer. So let's be real careful with this. Just start paying attention. This is a pretty little town here. Astoria. Very pretty little town. That looks like a theater there. Is that the Liberty Theater? Oh, it looks like a little box office out front, doesn't it? I think it even shows what. Even got a little placard out front telling what show's showing. I was almost about to get stuck. I made fun of it there at the end, but it's kind of like that time where I don't think I ever made G-Bub Dwayne didn't laugh harder. Oh, Dwayne Skeeter. I made him, the hardest I ever made him laugh was the day that I got stuck on can't. I just started repeating can't. And just, oh Lord, it was funny as hell. So there's the Columbia River Maritime Museum. We'll have to take a look at that sometime. That's another thing we're going to have to do. We'll have to take a virtual tour of some of these places. It's kind of like those, the camera things they've got set up. Kind of the way they got those camera things set up here in the game now, where you pull up and you do kind of a sightseeing tour and all that. We'll have to do that. And whenever we go through one of these towns, we'll have to pull up and we'll have to do a sightseeing tour. It's like, oh, look at there. It's like that breeder reactor. Remember we passed that thing that said the breeder reactor historical site? Oh, y'all won't remember this because that's in the Christmas deliveries. But yeah, we passed the historical site and we had to look it up afterwards and all that. Red text told us what it was. And yeah, it's like whenever we pass something like that, we'll have to figure out where these things are, and then we'll go and, oh, Nelly, look at there. Woo! That's bad. That is bad. That's bad. Let's pop out for a second. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant pop out this way for a second. That way. Oh, look at there. That is a mess. That is a big mess. So that look at those, look at that stuff there. That right there is one of them detours. You know, we've seen those detours before where they detour you around and you end up driving 400 miles out of the way. That is a bad accident there. Looks like somebody rolled his dual trailer. Somebody rolled his dual trailer and then had another truck crash into it. Whoa, I ain't seen one of those in a while, so they do pop up. Like I said, I've got that slider turned all the way to the left, so I almost never see them. Because when you put it in the middle, you know, when they first put those detours like that in the game, you know, everybody slid them, oh, let's see what they are. And they were real cute for a while. Until you were on your third one on the same trip. You know, you'd hit a detour, which would put you 200 miles out of the way, and on that detour, you'd hit another detour. And it's like, damn. But that's the first one I've seen since I put that slider all the way over. So, okay. It's good to see it. Good to see that. Yeah, they do still pop up. Just hardly ever. And it was especially good to see that it was over there in that other lane, that it wasn't hurting us. All right, let's cruise it on down the road here. I got the weekend off. That was unusual for a G-Bub to have the whole weekend off here. And I just found out I got to call the boss on Monday and have him take me off my call shifts. Y'all have heard me talk about having to call and all that before. Well, with the new scheduling guidelines for the hospital that came out this month, those of us who worked at the hospital for 25 years or longer, we do not have to take call shifts. We are part of our benefits, part of our bennies for not having to for having stuck around for the hospital so long, is we don't have to do call shifts no more. So I'm going to call the boss and have him take me off a couple call shifts, because I've signed up for one in February and I've signed up for one for the one we're doing right now in March. And it's like, oh, heck no. And that shows you, that's the annoyance too, just how far ahead we have to schedule ourselves. You know, the fact that it has been, we're scheduling, this is, January 23rd? Yeah, it's January 23rd today. And we're already scheduling ourselves all the way through March and April. And that's another reason I've told them whenever they call up and say, can you work extra? And it's like, hello? Sometimes I can say yes, and sometimes I have to say, you know, y'all make this so that we're signing up, you know, 2 months in advance. So y'all understand if we got to, we got to sign up for work 2 months in advance. That means all of my social life is planned 2 months in advance too. So it's like, yeah, sometimes I can come and do whatever, but sometimes I'm, going on to a weekend that I've had events planned on it for are we going to get another traffic light? We're going to get through this one. It's going to let us through this one. It decided it gave us a too big of a quick one. And like I said, that right there, that's one of those iffy kind of things. Whenever we get that Christmas stuff uploaded, y'all see that. There's a couple times where I got tickets for going through a traffic light just like that, and other times when it ignored me. Overheight detour. Well, we Shouldn't be over height. Alright, looks like we should probably stay in this lane. We ain't got no drifting off one way or the other.
Keep left.
Yep, I'm glad it verified that. We'll also be looking for a fuel stop. We're getting down to about 1/3 of a tank. Nice overpasses here. This is a nice junction. I like driving through this one. I see why they give you an overheight detour, though. I wouldn't want to be driving an overheight rig through this thing and get it jammed up underneath there. We're not going to Seattle. Let's stay over here on this side of the bridge. Yep, we're hanging over there toward the door. I still ain't looked that up. Y'all find that out during Christmas too, where I didn't know how to pronounce the Dallas or the Dales or the Dulls or whatever you pronounce that. I said gonna look it up. I still hadn't looked it up yet. I need to get around doing that. When I go get my coffee break, that's what I'll do. And I'm gonna need to do that here in just a few, as soon as we get off this bridge. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with my speed and all here. As you remember, I need to make sure that I don't damage this trailer. So we might not be going quite as close to the speed limit stuff as we've been doing on some of the other trips that y'all ain't seen yet. They had that Christmas trip and the cruise in Colorado. I gotten pretty good at.
Keep right, then immediately exit right.
All right, we're filling in a little bit here we ain't hit before. You see that yellow popping up on our map.
Right.
As we cruise on past Seattle here. Let's take a quick peek over that way. Yep, there you go. Hey, y'all got a pretty town. But in all that stuff y'all ain't seen yet, I gotten pretty good at pushing the speed limit there. We might be backing off a little bit, because like I said, it would be, y'all'd see G-Bub rage quitting. Y'all would see me rage quitting if I were to get, all the way, get this one of these long 500-mile trips like this. If I was down to, 400 and something miles, about to pull into the place to park it and somebody hit me and did a percentage of damage to my trailer and I didn't get credit for it. I would not be a happy camper. So we might be using a little bit more care. I'm hoping those two little traffic light things we just had are an aberration. I'm checking my arrows to see if it's wanting me to merge or we gonna head toward the Salem part. Y'all need to tell me why I still got road to merge now. Y'all gonna throw some merge arrows my way.
Keep left.
Yep, there you go. Y'all need to give me a little bit more warning here. But we are going toward the Delaware. Alrighty, I am out of coffee. So as soon as we get through this little curve here, slow it on down since speed limit is 45 through here. All right, I've run out of coffee. So before we figure out how we got to do this new exit up here and the whole merge and all, I'm going to go get me some fresh coffee and I'll be right back.